Hey everyone, welcome to the show. The city of San Marcos, Texas has been sanctioned in relation to the Trump train incident from 2020. As you guys will recall, Trump supporters surrounded a Biden-Harris campaign bus. They surrounded them on all sides on a Texas freeway. This happened shortly before the 2020 election. And they tried to run the bus off the road. They slowed the traffic down to like 30 miles an hour. Some of these lunatics shouted threats at the people on the bus. They were brandishing weapons. And a staffer who was following the bus suffered damage to the entire side of his vehicle. There was a lifted truck that was with this Trump train that slammed into the side of him. They were fighting over a lane, and the guy pushed him out of the lane. So this actually caused the Biden-Harris campaign to cancel an event. I mean, neither Joe Biden or Kamala Harris were with them, but they had people who were stumping on their behalf. And these domestic terrorists, or at least some of them, followed them to their next stop, and they continued to harass them. So they just scrapped the next campaign stop. And the people on the bus made numerous calls to the police, and they were largely ignored. Not only were they ignored, but they were laughed at because they found out after some of the people on the bus sued the San Marcos Police Department and some of the drivers as well. They found out through this suit that the police evidently were mocking them. They were making fun of how terrified they were. So the trial is scheduled for later this year. And now the judge in the case has imposed sanctions on the city because they said they, quote, failed miserably in regard to preservation of evidence. The judge said the city had an obligation to retain cell phone and landline phone records, as well as text messages and emails involving any employees who were involved or anyone who had any relevant information about the case. And they just didn't do it. So in his order to impose sanctions, the judge said that he believed the city was negligent, but he said he didn't think that the plaintiffs had made a case that the city acted in bad faith, which I think is just a complete joke. I mean, why would you not retain the evidence when you know you're being sued, right? Unless you were purposely trying to get rid of it, purposely trying to destroy it. And if the roles were reversed, had this been rabid Biden supporters surrounding a Trump bus, trying to run them off the road, there would be wall-to-wall 24/7 coverage on Fox, OAN, Newsmax, every online right-wing show. You know, what I find telling is that I received comments from Trump supporters after my last update about this case, and so many of them had no clue that this had ever even happened. Or if they did, they didn't know much about it, and they falsely claimed, oh, Trump doesn't support things like this. Oh, this was done without his sanction. They seriously have no clue. They don't even know that he retweeted a video of it. And then his devil spawn, Donnie Jr., praised these people for their violent actions. Marco Rubio was even praising them, talking about how great the Trump train was down in Texas. But they really, the Fed blew it here. The Fed had every right and should have brought charges against these people. This was a violent attack. This was dangerous. There were weapons involved. The fact that Merrick Garland failed on this front as well after he took over, there's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. They were in violation of the KKK Act, probably other crimes as well. So once again, he blew it. He let us down in trying not to act political. He is acting political. He is making political decisions. So way to go. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know, as I said, thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Links are down below in the description box on YouTube and on the podcast. Really appreciate it. It helps to keep the show on the road, headed in the right direction. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.